doing this. Oh, maybe we should flip the camera around. I got this on here. I'm going to turn the phone sideways. Periscopers, turn your phone sideways. Don't be a baby. That way we're both in this, Chris and I. Dude, I can't move this any further.
I gotta hold on.
All right. All right. Well, we're live right now on Sales Tips TV. Chris is doing something. I would like to act like I know what it is, but I think he's sharing something.
I'm jumping on.
If you're on Periscope, slide to the left and share this. Tell everybody to jump in. Today today is all about FU, follow-up. We're going to talk about follow-up, best ways to follow up, some good tips. We know that post-sale, post-visit, one of the toughest things people deal with is follow-up. But you know what? Let's start with some happy, smiley, happy music, Chris. Yeah.
All right.
Sales Tips TV. This is like friend music. That is so cheesy. It's great though. I'm not gonna lie. It's good for our commercials. So today on Sales Tips TV, FU follow-up. So what is up, Frank Lopes? Today we're going to talk about follow-up. And I'll tell you what, today's episode is brought to you by Jim Ziegler's Internet Battle Plan, coming to Detroit, Michigan, September 21st, 22nd. Make sure you're there. Visit internetbattleplan.com right now. If you are a dealership owner or general manager, you get them free. So pretty cool stuff. So Chris, we were talking about what to do today. You said, let's talk about follow-up. Why did you want to talk about follow-up with people today?
Because I think it's something that is commonly failed at in the dealership world.
What do you guys think? If you're in sales and you're watching this, do us a favor. Feel free to message on Meerkat, Periscope, and share your thoughts, share your comments. Periscopers, phone sideways. Make sure if you're an Android user watching this on Periscope, I think it's swipe up and share to invite your followers. Thank you, Frank Lopes, for doing that. Make sure to pound the hell out of the screen. Give lots of hearts. So Chris said that a lot of salespeople fail at follow-up. So let me ask this. When you say they're failing at follow-up, what's happening right now? Somebody comes into a business, regardless of what you're selling, cars, boats, RVs, furniture. What happens when a customer leaves? What's the typical experience that people are getting?
Typically when they leave, I think they're not getting anything back. It's okay. We're never going to see that one again. On to the next one. And that's not every single dealership. I know some guys are pretty good at follow-up, but I think that's definitely the minority. And I know some dealerships have gone to BDCs, and the BDCs have started to take over follow-up for salesmen now and stuff like that. But as a customer, I don't think I'd want a BDC calling me after I leave to follow up for the salesperson that I talked to. It just wouldn't be the same personal experience, and I think they'd be asking me generic questions. So let me play devil's advocate here. You know, we get told the average car shopper only goes to 2 dealerships anyway, like 1.6 or whatever. So if that's the case, I mean, and again, I'm not saying this is my belief, but I want to play devil's advocate here. If the average person's only going to go to 2 stores anyway, why in the hell waste your time following up? If they leave, you blew it, right? You're screwed. So why would you follow up? Why in the hell would you if you know they're not coming back? When I was in the dealership world, I can tell you there were numerous people that would come into the dealership, and if they would leave for whatever reason, and my management would always say, they're never coming back. You never see them again. And I would treat them right. And then I'd call and follow up. And I can't even tell you how many people I had come back to me and tell me, we had a horrible experience down the road. And I heard that consistently. And I said, heck, all I've got to do is do the right thing, and I'm going to beat the guys down the road. All I've got to do is treat them a little bit better, give them a little bit better experience, and make sure I follow up. Because if they're not doing it down the road, that customer is going to say, wow, he treated us so much better over there. Why would we do business with these guys? Well, and I think there's another fundamental thing that's missing from that statistic of visiting 1.2 or 1.6 dealers, less than 2 dealers. And the one thing that isn't tracked is, are they counting whether or not they went back to the first dealership?
You know, a lot of times somebody comes in and then they get somebody like you when you were selling cars. They get a good follow-up experience. They get treated right. The next dealership treats them like turds. And they get good follow-up from you, and they come back and buy from you. So there's nothing out there that measures statistically what percentage of people go to a dealership 1, get a bad experience at dealership 2, go back and buy at dealership number 1 again. So, I mean, I think that's something that can't be overlooked, right? I mean,
absolutely,
there may be a good number of people going back to that first place because it was a better experience, and the follow-up may have made the difference. But let's talk about some follow-up things that do make a difference. I believe that stat is unique dealerships. Yes, Frank, you know what? I believe that you are correct. That is the stat. So if they go to 2 or less unique dealerships, nobody's tracking industry-wide if, you know, the number of people that left dealership number 2 and going back and buying from dealership number 1 because of the good experience. So yes, Frank Lopes, follow-up is key. And for those of you watching, follow at the Frank TheFrankJ Lopes, the Frank J. Lopes. Good dude, really good dude. So let's talk about what makes good follow-up though. So, and if you're watching, feel free to share your comments, what you think makes for good follow-up. If you're on Periscope, make sure you slide to the right. Yes, slide to the right and share. If you're watching on Periscope on Android, slide up. Share this, invite people to come tune in, and hit the heck out of the hearts. Thank you for all the hearts. We really, really, really appreciate it. Desking Deals, what is going on, Cribs? So we're talking about follow-up. So let me ask you guys this. Those of you that are tuning in on Meerkat, on Periscope, what is good follow-up? What are some good ways to follow up? And while you guys are sharing those and telling us your thoughts, Chris, what's one good thing what makes follow-up good to you?
good follow-up equals consistent follow-up.
Thank you, Sean Mitchell, for sharing that. Consistent follow-up. And and Cribs, good one too. Things change after they shop. So being consistent. So what does consistent follow-up look like to you, Chris?
Consistent follow-up is just doing the same thing every time a customer leaves. Whether your follow-up process is call every single day or call the day after they leave and then call every 3 days, whatever your process is. Maybe you don't get a response on the phone, so then your follow-up process is email, phone, text, and then video. And that's one thing you don't see enough people using yet, but I hear a lot of talk about it is video. And that's something when I went into the car business, you told me, hey, use video, send your customers video because nobody does it.
Send content value. Great tip, Vehicle ACQ. And follow up with breaking news. Awesome tip there from Cribs as well. Don't stop after the first follow-up. Right on, Sean. So let's talk about this. And Frank Lopes, relationship follow-up. Continue the conversation. Use text. So let's talk about those things. So David Cribs mentioned something a minute ago, and he said things change after they leave. Now, one of the things we talk about with follow-up video, and we're talking about it before, and it's kind of silly and stuff, but when somebody leaves, you know, if we shoot a video and we say, you know, here's a couple things you may not have considered after you left, and we show them alternate vehicles, right? Hey, here are a couple things you may not have considered. Maybe, you know, you guys left, the Accord wasn't a good fit, but maybe the Pilot or the CRV would be. Also, here's another Accord. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe their situation changed. After driving the car, they went, holy cow, there's not enough room. We need an SUV or we need a minivan.
Exactly.
So like David's saying, if the situation changes, video, like you bring up, gives us a good opportunity to address that and show them.
Exactly.
Here's something that may fit if the situation changed. And Frank Lopes brings up an awesome point with texting too. And you and I talk about text all the time, but there's a key to texting. And that is don't frickin' send the video direct via text, right? I mean, well, we you know, people still pay for data plans on some carriers. And if you send a video that's huge and they're not in a good reception area, they're not going to get it. And if they do get it, you're going to eat up a ton of bandwidth. So if you're going to send a video, which is a great idea, and you're going to use via text or email to send it, one of the best things to do is just make it unlisted, upload that video to YouTube, unlisted, and then text them a link with a catchy subject line, right? Or email them a link, catchy subject line. Speaking of that, if you want to make videos that absolutely don't suck, tune into the Dealer On webinar that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a webinar with Dealer On titled dealership videos that don't suck. So just Google dealer on videos that don't suck. You'll see it'll be the first link on there. Make sure you get registered. We're going for 800. That's the magic number that we want to hit. So we want to hit 800 people registered. We've got, gosh, we're blown through the 300 mark so far. I mean, it's grown dramatically. So make sure you're on that webinar tomorrow for more video tips.
How much does that cost?
It costs $0 billion. Zero. It's absolutely free.
Free 99.
Free 99. So tune in tomorrow to the Dealer On webinar. Dealer On, just Google Dealer On, dealership videos that don't suck. You can hook up absolutely free, whether you're a dealership employee and vendor, anybody that wants to make better videos. Tomorrow, I help you make videos that don't suck. But speaking of that with follow-up, so consistency, right? So you said, keep a consistent pattern. It sounded like you were talking about for you, right?
Yep.
Make sure you're following up same way every person every time.
Yep.
Why do you need to do it the same way with every person every time? How is that benefiting you?
It builds a habit. So you get in the habit of following up every single time. Because if you don't have that habit, it'll be sporadic, and you'll miss people. People will fall through the cracks.
Great point. Other thing too that happens is if you see that you're doing the same things and you're not getting a result until step 5, then maybe you move step 5 up to step 1 or step 2, and maybe you'll get results faster. And by the way, if you're tuned into this, if you're on Periscope, make sure you swipe to the right, share it with people. If you're a Periscope or on Android, swipe up, hit share, and definitely give some hearts. We love hearts, especially if you did what we're talking about. So consistent follow-up though. So step 1, I mean, what we see a lot of salespeople doing right now is hiding behind their CRM.
Yep.
I'm an advocate of a CRM. I love a CRM. I think you need to be able to track stuff because you can't manage it if you don't measure it. I believe it. But I think that our CRMs have turned our salespeople into lazy bastards who do nothing. They just sit back and after the customer leaves, they just sit on their ass and let the machine just puke up emails over and over and over again. And salespeople aren't doing their job anymore like they're supposed to. And if you think that that's a problem, tap on the screen, give some hearts. If you are experiencing, you're seeing, hey, you know what, salespeople are not actually picking up the phone and calling. They're not spending time coming to visit. It's just happening automated from a CRM. Let us know if that's your experience. If you have a different experience, you got something good to share, feel free to pop it in a comment. But from what I've been seeing in dealerships, when I talk to salespeople, I say, what are you doing to follow up? Well, the CRM sends a letter at 3 days and 7 days and 14 days. And it's just stupid. Yeah. It sounds like nobody's putting in the work. So why do you think salespeople aren't following up the right way? Why aren't they picking up the phone and calling? Sean says it's because most salespeople are lazy. And I understand why people say that. I don't know that I think they're all lazy, but I think there's a problem. So why? Kevin Campbell, thanks for jumping on. It enables laziness, the CRM. Yes, thanks, Frank Lopes, for sharing that as well.
I tend to agree with that. It does. It enables laziness. Where I think our tendency is always going to be look for the easiest way. I think that's the type of personality you find in the car dealership a lot. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. We're always looking for the easiest way to get the most amount of work done. But at the same time, if the CRM does all the work for you, you feel like, it'll take care of all the follow-up. However, when I was in the dealership, our CRM had emails set up to go out first day, second day, 3 weeks, whatever, all these different emails set up to go out. And I hated those emails. And I would go in and all the time, just turn it all off, turn it off. And I was like, you know what, just for me, turn off all of the follow-up emails because I'll just do my own, because they were so cookie cutter, so vague, so generalized, and half the time they wouldn't make sense for the person they were going to.
Well, let's address a real follow-up problem. So there's some big CRM vendors out there, right?
Yep.
You got great companies like Vin Solutions, Autolube, right? There are some great CRMs.
Yep.
But here's the problem. It's the same freaking email. So let's say you're a Honda dealer, a Toyota dealer, a Nissan dealer, a Chevy dealer. You're all in the same city.
Yep.
And I'm a customer, and it's Sunday, you're Saturday, you know what, I'm driving two or three places. They do suck, Frank. And I'm going to stop at 2 or 3 dealerships. And guess what? I get the exact same email from every damn dealership.
Same subject line, everything.
Same subject line, same content. different moron's name at the bottom of the email, which lets me know this. None of them actually cared enough to send it. Exactly. It drives me batshit crazy when I see that. But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to go against popular opinion here and say I don't think it's because salespeople are lazy. I think that my opinion is the CRM has turned them into a bunch of pussies. I mean, chickens. I mean, it's too late to take it back. Here's the thing. I think we've turned people from being go-getters that are empowered, that are learning to be sales professionals, into a bunch of chicken babies that hide behind the CRM. I don't think that it's that they're lazy. I think they're afraid of human interaction. I think that we're afraid because naturally as human beings, we don't want to be rejected. So a customer left, they rejected us. Automation only works if you actually make contact. After that, you must do it yourself. Good stuff, Sean. Thanks for sharing that. Here's the thing. We're as human beings, we don't like rejection. Now, customers already left and they didn't buy from us. So they rejected us once. And now we're supposed to follow back up with them and risk being rejected again. I think that as human beings, we can only take so much rejection. If we don't have leadership and stuff encouraging us at the dealership, telling us how great we are, telling us that we're going to get the deal, encouraging us and having that faith in us, if we don't have that, and basically most dealerships, they're getting pooped on by their manager. Oh man, come on, you weak suck. Why couldn't you close the deal? So I get rejected by the customer, I get rejected by my manager, and now my manager's telling me I'm supposed to pick up the phone and call him so I can get rejected again. I mean, let's face it, we're supposed to be thick-skinned in sales, but at the end of the day, you still have a feeling or two left, and it can get hurt. So I think the reason that salespeople aren't picking up the phone and calling and aren't following up the right way is because they just don't want to be rejected again. That's my opinion.
That makes sense.
Now, I'm not saying there aren't lazy people sitting back doing absolutely nothing. We're in a business where you fail 80% of the time. Takes a thick-skinned person. It does take a thick-skinned person. But you know what? Think of that person if you're married or if you're dating somebody, and if they didn't say yes the first time you asked them out, think about the work you put into that deal, right? How many times did you get rejected there? But was it worth it? Are you with the person that you want to be with? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you get your ass kicked a bunch of times and you're still not, but you're still getting rejected. If you gave up, don't be a quitter. No, don't be a stalker either. I'm just kidding. But here's the thing. So I think that rejection plays into it a lot with follow-up too. A lot of times we just give up too easy because we're starting to get our teeth kicked in. And we're going, you know what? This fresh person that might walk in the door might respond better. I may have a better chance. So I don't know. But those of you that are watching, I think it's different for every person, different every time. But there are a couple key things that can make follow-up great for you. Now, best, would you agree that first and foremost, personalized follow-up's the best?
Absolutely.
So you should be making videos, right? There's a dealership down in Texas. I'll just tell you these folks' names. They're a dealership, and the funny thing is, these guys, God bless them, but they do not make their videos private, and they should. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you that they don't make them private, but they should. It's Epic Auto Sales in Texas. Now, they do a ton of video, and it should be unlisted, but it's public. So if you want to see what they're doing, just Google Epic Auto Sales, click on the video tab in Google, you'll see some of their stuff. But they'll send out a video. Hey, Mrs. Smith, this is Matt at the dealership. I just wanted to tell you I'm looking forward to seeing you at 5 o'clock, da-da-da-da-da. Or, hey, I just want to send you a video of this Corvette. I think you're going to love it. They do a really good job of creating a message to show a vehicle, to show enthusiasm, to show excitement. So I would Google them. I would learn from that. But a couple key rules to good follow-up with video. Rule number one, unlisted.
That's my boy. Scott is the owner. We grew up together.
Nice. Well, tell your boy Scott that as people, when they send a video that is personalized to the customer, they need to send it unlisted. He may be thinking there's SEO value, but there's not. When you search for any of those cars and videos, their shit doesn't show up in Google search. So it is important to make those unlisted so that the privacy of the consumer is protected, especially when they talk about appointment times. So tell your boy Scott that. What they're doing is fantastic. The only thing they could do to tune it up is change them from public to unlisted. Very, very important when it's a personalized video. So
Elise is their trainer.
Good. Then Elise knows that, and she should know better. But they did obviously learn from Elise because their videos are fantastic. The videos just need to be unlisted when it's personalized to the consumer or sharing an appointment time. So that's rule number one. Number two with follow-up is this. If you don't do personalized video, if you won't do personalized video, then create templates. Create templated video and throw it in your CRM. What are some of the things that need to be in there? about videos. What are some of the follow-up templates you've got to have in there? Some follow-up videos that are specific that every customer or that every salesperson should be sending out.
If you're going to set up videos that are already ready to go, you can set up I left you a message this morning. I'll call you again this afternoon. Left you a message this afternoon. I'll call you again tomorrow. Just shot you an email, making sure you got it. I mean, those are the types of things that you can say. You can just make a short video. Hey, I just left you a voicemail. When you get it, give me a call back, or just shoot or respond to this email. Shoot them out a video. And you can set all those up without saying a name in them, so that way you can reuse those over and over and over again, provided you don't use them on a service like YouTube, because YouTube has the play count, so you have to.
Now, depending on your CRM, if you use, I think it's Dealer Track, you can it'll embed a YouTube video which will not show, hey, thank you so much, Kevin Campbell. Here's the deal. Thanks for your business, asking for referrals. Good point, Sean. Here's the deal, guys. You can use YouTube if you're embedding the video on a page on your website. So if a dealer really wants, to increase visits to their website, time on site, and have links to inventory, you can actually record with each of your salespeople templated videos. You can record them on YouTube. Then when you embed them, you can remove play counts. You can remove the ability to go to YouTube. You can just embed the code right there on the site to show it. And every one can have its own landing page. So if I'm a salesperson, I'm going to have a landing page and then embed a video that says, like what Chris suggested, hey, this is Matt at the dealership. I gave you a call this morning, got your voicemail. Just wanted to let you know I will try you back this afternoon if I don't hear from you, but you can call or text me at yada, 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 or just use the form below to drop me a quick note. And on that page, I can have links to my new car inventory, used car inventory. I might get the customer back on site, might get them to spend some more time there, and it's not that hard.
No.
I mean, 8 or 9 different videos, and boom, you're good to go. Speaking of which, I'll tell you what, tomorrow on the Dealer On webinar, one lucky dealership that's tuned in is actually going to win our templated CRM video package, where we're going to actually make all the videos. It's like 8 or 9 videos for the dealership, 10 videos. I think it's 10 or more is what we said we're going to give away tomorrow. It's a $4,000 package, all branded to your dealership, third-party video with us basically saying all the important things to your customer. Hey, we tried to reach you this morning, but hey, we tried to reach you this afternoon, but hey, thanks for considering us. Thanks for buying. Just want to follow up, make sure you're happy with the salesperson. Yada, yada. We're going to give you all of those videos on a flash drive.
Yep. So
that you can, with your branding, everything, so that you can stick them on your website, build landing pages, and absolutely rock. Or stick them in your CRM. Whatever works for you. But one lucky dealer is going to get that package absolutely free on tomorrow's webinar. So make sure you're tuned in tomorrow to the Dealer On webinar. Go to Google, search Dealer On, dealership videos that don't suck. Get registered today, because that is going to be, it's a $4,000 giveaway tomorrow. I mean, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty freaking awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
I think so too, especially since it's my money that we're giving away. So.
Hey. Works for me.
Yeah, I don't think you have a problem with that. So let's go ahead and get this wrapped up, gang. Here's what I want to say. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Tune in next week, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, at Chris Spear on Meerkat, at KonigCo on Periscope, or just go to salestips.tv, where we're streaming live from YouTube. Before you get off, do us one more favor. Share this one more time. It stinks in there because y'all are the shit. Thanks, Kevin Campbell. Do me a favor. Share this one more time. That way people will come back and watch the replays of it later. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Matt. This is Chris, and we appreciate you guys.
Everybody from Meerkat got here late.
Hey, let's play some music to exit, but not the cheesy stuff we were playing earlier. Let's play some AWOL Nation. Sale.
Don the Legend 313.
Thanks for tuning in.
Joining us.
We're gonna play a little Sale by AWOL Nation on the way out, because it's a great freaking song.
So
here we go.
So yesterday I was on Meerkat, and I was talking about how to Cameo.
Yeah.
Because I think that's an awesome feature.
Oh, it is.
So apparently.
Can you do it now on Android?
No. Apparently Cameo is a feature they did roll out, but it's only for iPhone users.
Chris, what kind of phone do you have?
I have an Android.
Oh, what kind of phone do I have?
Hey, you're on Periscope.
I know. Maybe, just maybe you should get an iPhone. I keep trying to convince Chris, kind of ditch the Android. and move over to an iPhone 6 Plus. Just saying.
This might just be the deal breaker for me.
This is how I show my love, Chris, as your friend.
Suggest that I switch to an iPhone?
I am. I do suggest it. Because I think you're worth it, Chris.
Thank you.
Besides that, then I can share files with you. That's a lot easier when we're in the same room or on an airplane. I can just airplane or airdrop them over to you via Bluetooth. They all fishbowl over some stupid third-party app. That's it. Just saying. Thank you guys all for being on here. We really appreciate it. Y'all have an outstanding week.
We'll be on again.